Our world is truly going to the crackheads. There's just no more defending it. I'm sad, we're all sad, but we're gonna have to all relocate to Mars and shit. It's funny how in pursuit of equality or social justice, so many people just prove how stupid they are. So today I was watching the Wat Mosh show, and Wat Mosh was talking about something that recently happened on Twitter with Lizzo. So let's get into that. Here's a Lizzo fan. Hey Lizzo, my disability, cerebral palsy, is literally classified as spastic diplegia, where spasticity refers to unending painful tightness in my legs. Your new song makes me pretty angry and sad. Spazz does not mean freaked out or crazy. It is a ableist slur. Now, some of you I recognize, you may not know who Lizzo is. So here's an image of Lizzo for you. But that's besides the fact. Let's talk about the cancel culture mob and all that bullshit. So first of all, we have to discuss spazz. Apparently, the disabled people are coming together, and all of a sudden, spazz is referring to disabilities or some shit like that. Now, this is ridiculous. I always hated this shit. Reclaiming our words. We're reclaiming our words. It all started with the darkies. But, let's be real. Spasm. Does this bitch with cerebral palsy think that the only people who have spasms are disabled people? Does, like, you gotta be more intelligent. Come on. A spasm is literally a thing that every human, every living thing with muscles experiences. It's literally why why are you saying it's a disabled term? Like, no one is running around calling disabled people spazzes unless they're just a piece of garbage. Most people that I encounter, we don't make fun of disabled people, and especially not to their face. Like, if you're gonna call a disabled person a spaz, you don't do it in front of them. There's like a very obvious, like, when someone's disabled, there's a very obvious don't go start bullying or messing with this person. Like, in my circle and in circles that I am what's the word, associated with, I have never seen anyone except for disabled people bully disabled people. And it's like, they don't know any better. These people are innocent. They're special needs. They're okay. Leave them alone. Alright, yeah. So don't call disabled people a spaz. Of course, I'm not saying no one calls disabled people a spaz. But you have to understand that you telling Lizzo to take a lyric out of her song, spaz, she might spaz out. Like, do you realize that you're trying to say that now Lizzo can't say spaz? Like, spaz out of, like, it's literally just a word. It's actually a word. In English, words have multiple definitions. It can simultaneously be a slur and just a word to describe something abruptly happening. An abrupt movement. Like, how hard is that to understand? And then just even worse, like Lizzo's response, you can tell how stupid these people are. Look at Lizzo's response. Now here's the real doozy. Here's Lizzo's response. It's been brought to my attention that there is a harmful word in my new song, girls. Let me make one thing clear. I never want to promote derogatory language. As a fat black woman in America, I've had so many hurtful words used against me, so I understand the power words can have, whether intentionally or in my case unintentionally. I'm proud to say that there's a new version of Girls with a lyric change. This is a result of me listening and taking action as an influential. I'm dedicated to begin part of the change I've been waiting to see in the world. XOXO Lizzo. Now, when I was watching Wat Mosh, he had pointed out the fact that this woman, in an apology, gave herself a pat on the back 3 times. That's pretty funny. Terrible apology at that. Now, here's what I have to say about this apology. Besides the fact that it's not necessary, because obviously she wasn't saying spazz in the sense of being derogatory or using it in the sense of a slur. Like, how retarded are these retards? I'm sorry, that was a lapse of judgment. I wasn't referring to the disabled community. But with things like this out there, I'm starting to realize that the disabled community is not, it extends beyond cerebral palsy. I think the majority of the population is mentally handicapped now. They just can't think rationally. Even Wat Mosh is retarded at times. He says a lot of dumb takes, and it's like, bruv, did you just hear what you said? I don't know. Nowhere near as bad as Lizzo, so let's get back to her apology. Okay, now in this apology, she says she is a fat black woman. This is another example of the word having multiple meanings. Now, when Lizzo says she is a fat black woman, she's saying it in a term like empowering herself on some bullshit. Like she's trying to take the word back and make it not negative. Now, Lizzo says that she overstands the problem with negative words being used to berate someone. So if Lizzo has such an understanding of words and their intention, she is obviously still using words like fat black woman to describe herself. She's intentionally doing that because she wants to change the definition of the words. But that doesn't mean just because you started applying a word in a different manner that its definition suddenly changes. She's still pretending that there's no negative connotation to the word fat. You see, I'm okay with you accepting yourself in your skin. There's no problem with that. Everyone needs to get better at that. But just because you're accepting yourself in your skin doesn't mean that you accept the negative traits that come with being who you are. Like me personally, I understand that I am underweight. So, of course, I'm not going to run around saying, skinny power, us skinny boys, us skinny girls, we gotta go out there and get ourselves some engagement, and we need to start a society. Skinny people power. No, I'm just gonna eat more or exercise. Be stagnant so I can become more like Lizzo. Sit around and do nothing more often. Those are the type of things I need to do Stop smoking reefer. Those are the things I need to do if I'm gonna gain weight. I'm not gonna take to Twitter and tell these motherfuckers, never ever call me skinny again. That is a derogatory term. If you're going to describe how I look, use words like weight deficiency, skin hug bone syndrome, low fat to muscle ratio,